Hi UFO players, my name is Terry. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very excited to show you a new campaign. I call it Re-World Conquest. This is based on my 50 years World Conquest last save. I'll continue to play that and conquest the world again. I don't think anyone do that in UFO before. It should be fun and interesting. So the rule is simple. After the world conquest in 1495, I will release and play as a vassal. Just to clarify here, I will not do any harmful thing to my overlord caliphate before release, like delete all its armies or release other vassals. No, I will only release one vassal, play as that vassal, and then get independent from the overlord and conquest the world again. That sounds crazy, right? Mission impossible. How can a vassal win the independent war towards the overlord who already conquered the whole world? Well, when I make this video, I didn't reconquer the world yet, but I've already won the independent war. So that's feasible. And different from my 50 years world conquest, in this campaign, I have the full video recording all the game process. So I'll show you all. If that's the first time you come to my channel, you can check my 50 years World Conquest playlist first. If you like my video, please like, subscribe and share. As you might notice, I also update my channel's name from Terry to Terry Yuan. That's my family name in Chinese. And as many people might agree, in EU4, Yuan's idea is the best. Okay. Let's get started. I'll talk a short story, just 1 minute, to set up the stage, give this campaign a little fiction style. So in May 1st, 1495, the great Sultan Laha Banza Timur sit in his palace, reading the latest summary for the great power. It clearly shows there's only one country in the world now. That's his empire, the Caliphate or the HRE. For some reason, he started to feel a little lost and lonely because he's a 64 years old man now and there's no adventure or challenge in front of him. Then he heard a voice from the sky. Do you want more challenges? Then release a vassal and I can make you as that vassal's ruler. You need to reconquest the world again. Timur asked, why I need to do that? What's the benefit for me? The voice said, just because no one else did that before. By the way, you can become younger again. Why not? With a few moments thinking, Timur said, okay, challenge accepted. Before releasing the vessel, let's see how strong the HRE is. There's so many buffs. So you see, we have 8.27 moral, 130 displaying, and 46% stage ability. Attack switch 20 times to form different country, get new mission trees, and get the buff from those mission bonus. Just countless buffs here. Besides that, the HRE also have 48k money, over 3 million manpower. That means almost unlimited manpower there. 129k sailors, minus 2 stability because I keep breaking truths in the final stage. The governing capacity is definitely over limit because I just united all the HRE vassals. So after I release one vassal and play as it, very likely the HRE AI will release more vassals. One thing you might notice here is it's only 69 OE and I have minus 15 national unrest. There's only one rebels here, so to be honest, it's a quite stable empire. It will not break apart by itself. Subject-wise, all the colonial nations are loyal so far. Economic-wise, it's not in a good shape. The balance is minus 4.7k, mainly due to the army maintenance, because I just inherit all my HRE vassals army, so that exceeds the force limit a lot. Technology-wise, all 3 technologies level 8. Idea, I changed to Great Yuan's idea. The tradition is quite powerful, but I cancelled my ideal groups like expansion, etc. to get more administrative points to change my capital before Unite HRE. So no any ideal groups yet. That's a good news for the new vassal I'm gonna play. So which vassal to play? I think there's only one feasible option. That's Ming. Okay, I play as Ming now. It's the only vassal from our overlord HRE who ruled the entire world. As a starting point, I have the 4 core for all Ming's land and 20k money, which is good. But I also inherit 40 corruption and -2 stability from my overlord. My prestige and legitimacy is also quite low. I have the tribe government, but I'm not a horde, so the 40 corruption will really be some issue. The royal land is 100%, that's quite good. Actually, that only stay in day 1. In day 2, it will anyway drop to 50%. So in day 1, I gave the privilege to 3 estates to get 100 governing capacity and 1 mana power per month. Then some other arrangement like the merchandise, then maximize the root out corruption. I found Ming at the starting point already complete the economic ideal group and 2 ideas from defensive group. That's good. I delete some inland fort. I don't think that's needed in future. Start to build the spy network in Khalifa. Then we let the time start to see what other vassals it will release. So Ottoman, Mamluk, Castile, the 2 countries in India and Austria. As you see here, it released, including myself, it released 7 vassals. That's far less than my expectation. I thought the AI will release many vassals to meet its governing capacity limit, but it turns out it might be limited by the diplomatic relation caps. That's why it only released 7. Anyway, the AI released 7 biggest countries as possible. Why it didn't release England or France or Poland? Because in my first world conquest, I reformed England, France, Poland, and other tags. That's why currently there's no land have those countries core anymore. Then the HRE also returned a province to Ashikaga. I don't know why, it just happened. So it's not a vassal, but an independent country. When release Ming, I use a safe scum to get a 636 ruler and pass the first month the same way get the inspiring ruler personality. A quick comparison with my overlord. As you can see, Ming have 150 income, Khalifa have 550. Development wise, Ming is 1300, roughly 1/8 of Khalifa. Ming do have a super development capital, Beijing. It's 570 development because I concentrate development after forming Yuan. I cannot do that earlier because if my capital development is too high, I cannot easily change my primary culture for tax switch. But after forming Yuan, I can do that. That's why you see this capital contributes a lot for my manpower, sailor, the force limit, and levy limit. Military comparison, quantity-wise, you see Khalifa have 470 force limit, Ming have 120. The real problem is the manpower. Khalifa have over 3 million manpower and Ming have to start from 0. The manpower will really be a bottleneck for the later independent war. Quality-wise, the gap is even bigger. So Khalifa have 8.2 moral. You see there's so many modifiers buff I stacked in previous game, and Ming only have 4, a little over 4 moral there. Same for discipline, that's 129 versus 105. But luckily, most of the buffs are like 15 years or 20 years timeline. So I have to wait until those Calipha's buff expired, then to start the independent war. I also inherit the 95% professionalism from Khalifa. That will help me because I can slacken to get more manpower in the war. So that's my strategy for my first step. I have to wait. Specifically, I'll wait 10 years to 1505. At that time, most of Calipha's military buff will expire, that bring our army quality to the same or similar level. Hopefully, current ruler, the Timur, will also die before that, because only he died, they capture the emperor buff, give 20% moral, 25% siege ability will expire. Then let's start our 10 years of preparation. Complete 3 economic missions, hire the advisor as level 3. Hopefully they'll trigger the event that give you either a stability or 50 prestige later. Means economic is quite good. I see it's still over 64 balance here. Upgrade the center of trade in Beijing to level 3, which will double the sailor. Also upgrade the other 4 center of trade to level 2, so we'll get more splendor per month. I've already finished 4 age objects, so I can start the golden age. I'll wait a little later. Then, as I said, the manpower is the major bottleneck, so I get the increased enlistment policy for all my states here. Then I build some building. The government capacity in Chinese is called yamen. In my capital, build the barrack, further increase the manpower. I delete 3 forts at the beginning, then I built 2 forts in new place. I think I built more barracks in more province to increase the manpower. And for the remaining slots, I built the building to increase the force limit. After that, sell the royal land, get some money. I choose a estate mission to get more prestige. After 1 month, I got the effect of trade in grain. That's another 20% for the land force limit, so it's 148 now. Here I give the privilege to reduce the advisor cost 25% for 3 advisors. After the first 9 months, I start the second round of building to further increase the manpower, land force limit, and navy force limit. Then I realized I can manually decrease the autonomy. I actually should do that in the first day. Before accepting Zhili culture, I start my golden age. Accepting Zhili culture can increase my capital 15% manpower and sailor. Furthermore, most of my advisors are Zhili culture. Maybe it have a development modifier. So accepting that culture, then I can promote these advisors. I keep retiring the advisors until I find the national manpower modifier and promote that to level 3. Why I need to wait 10 years till 1505? Because in my first world conquest, around 1484, I tag switch 14 times from different countries, get buffs from their mission tree. Like Delhi or Odisha's mission tree give me 15% moral bonus. Those bonus is 20 years timeline, so from 84 to 1505, all those buffs should get expired. And after 10 years on board, my ruler will get his second personality to get 5 discipline by Safescom. Here, the level 3 military advisor triggers the event. Actually, the prestige is even more important than the stability, so I choose 50 prestige, and then change the advisor to the 10% moral, also level 3. Here, another event triggered by the diplomatic advisor. So I choose 50 prestige. Retiring that advisor, get another level 3 diplomatic advisor. Always keep the fresh advisor level 3 there. Get the third idea from defense idea group. It's 1500 now, 5 years already passed. We sell the land, royal land again, get more money. Technically, we can declare the independent war now because the truce with Caliphate already end. But we cannot win that war yet. We'll need another 5 years. 2 diplomats, one is building the spy network in Caliphate, the other improve the relationship with Castile first and then with Austria, so I can get aligned with them later. Start to recruit navies. Plans to get 90 galleys, about 50 transports. The army template is 8-4-10, so 8 infantry, 4 cavalries, and 10 artilleries. So then 2 army together will get a 4 combat rates. I can't get alliance with Castile yet because I have 0 army. After recruiting some armies, I am able to get alliance with all the other 6 vassals. I saw the Caliphate return some province to like Denmark or Caraman here yet. That's just weird. Okay, with this army recruited, I'm eligible to get alliance with Castile, Ottoman, Austria, and Mamluk. I'll also get alliance with the other 2 Indian countries before declaring the war, just to save some diplomatic point, because diplomatic relation cap is only 4. Start to build the flagship. I don't need to worry about the rebels. My lovely overlord Caliphate will take care of that for me. So I keep my army maintenance as lowest just to save some money. Then start to build some transports. The plan is to beat Caliphate's navy, then I can take some islands there. But it turned out that didn't help too much later. Check Caliphate's morale, it's still 6.2, not as high as 8.2 at the beginning, but still many buffs existing. Most of them will get expired by 1505. We need to wait. Recruit 2 generals here. I only have 56 army tradition, so the general ability is so-so. On the other hand, I know Caliphate do have many genius generals. Here, I recruited 2 mercenaries to fully use their manpower, because manpower is really my bottleneck. So these 2 mercenaries will be my major army to attack, and the other army template using 8-4-10 will be my main army to siege fort. I also recruit 2 armies to follow these 2 mercenaries accordingly to make sure in the battle they can always have 20 artilleries in their back. Finally, I'm in 1505. I upgrade my administrative and military technology to level 9. Especially the military technology level 9 give me 0.25 military tactics and unlock a new infantry that will give the advantage to Caliphate in the coming independent war. Get alliance with 2 other vassals. Upgrade diplomatic technology to level 9 as well. Move all armies to the front line. Get ready for the coming war. After 10 years on board, I get the 2nd personality. I use the safe scum to get the 5 discipline. So almost ready. Get the 2 mercenary here. I wait till July to seal the royal land again. As you see, the other 6 vassals have alliance with me. So Castile, Austria, Ottoman, Mamluk, and 2 Indian countries. In the coming independent war, will fight together towards the Caliphate. Slacken to get more manpower. You see, so my professionalism is not 95 now. It's much less than Caliphate, but that's okay. In July, I sell my royal land the last time to get more money. Then everything is ready. Raise the war tax. Return the army maintenance to maximum. Wait a few months more to let the morale return to maximum value. Another 5% morale from the general military mission. Okay, before declaring war, let's comparing our quality. I have 4.6 morale. Caliphate, if he max the land maintenance, that will be 4.4. That's comparable performance now. Discipline-wise, I even a little better than it. But my overlord have much more quantity. Now, after 10 years preparation, let's declare the war. Fight for independence. I'll share the independent war detail in my next video. If you like my video, please subscribe, like, and share. That's all for today's content. I'm Terry Yuan. Thank you. Bye.